Hi, my name is Jesse Pullman and I'm the host of Dystopian Review. And today I'd like to launch a new sub-series called Dystopian Reality, where we talk about the things that are happening in our very real world. I'm inspired to do this by all of the things I see around me that fit a dystopian theme, but today I saw a news article that brings home the fact that the government and the state, whatever you want to call it, has power over us, and possibly even has the ultimate power. The power of life or death. Frankly, I'm not the best person to ask about statistics on the death penalty. Instead, I'm going to link you to two videos that I think are worth your time. The first is Last Week Tonight by John Oliver. It's more recent, it's free, and he hits just about every point I could imagine hitting. He also has a better research team and better graphics than I do. The link to your right is a link to an episode of Penn and Teller's Bullshit. Now, it is behind a paywall, so you might have to have an episode laying around somewhere. But they both do a better job of laying out the following points than I ever could. We know that we don't save money by killing prisoners. We know that we don't prevent future murders by killing prisoners. And we don't even know which prisoners are really worth killing, which crimes justify execution. And we most certainly know, the only thing we really do know, is that innocent people can and probably have already been executed. So where's that really leave us with this death penalty thing? And unfortunately, some news out of Arizona today really seals the deal on this one. In this article, we can read about how Joseph Wood was basically given a heroin and benzodiazepine overdose that killed him. Further reports question whether or not he suffered, whether or not he was gasping or snoring, whether or not he went peacefully. But I think there's one other consideration we have to raise before we really want to start talking about whether or not we can justify the death penalty. Never mind that we're killing people who might potentially be innocent. Our new, nuanced argument isn't about whether or not the death penalty is okay. Let's leave aside for a minute that we, the people, the government, are the ones doing the executing. You, the viewer, and I, a speaker of no real importance, are doing the executing here. Leave aside that 4% of people could be innocent. Almost 1 in 20 could be innocent. Leave aside that that is murder, and that by being a part of this, we are murderers. Is it okay to torture people to death? These drug overdoses that people are being given, using benzodiazepines, using opioids, using barbiturates. Is it okay to inject somebody with a drug that might not kill them? That's the big controversy here. Did this random undisclosed pharmacy in Arizona and the one in Oklahoma before it use tainted medication that did not properly execute somebody? Could these people have survived their attempt at execution only to be put back on the chopping block? Only, not really the chopping block, but the injection block. And that's really where it comes down to. We're not just killing people. In many cases, we're torturing them. Not only with an incredibly cumbersome legal process, but possibly by just torturing them. Would the electric chair be an acceptable substitute? There are plenty of apocryphal stories, and probably historically documented ones too, of people being electrocuted but surviving. Are gas chambers okay? Again, if the dosage isn't correct, if the medication, or poison in this case, isn't properly administered, that could be torture. Would a bullet to the back of the head be acceptable? What is an acceptable form of killing someone when killing someone might not be acceptable even for the crimes they might have committed, especially if they might not have committed the crime? Anyhow, thank you for watching, and thank you for joining us in this dystopian reality. Have a nice day, and keep fighting the good fight.